The Transcontinental Railroad is a prominent symbol of the most significant achievement of the 19th century. It is that century's moon landing.
It's the 150th anniversary celebration, recreating the Golden Spike ceremony here at Promontory Summit, Utah. Complete with the actual steam engines that were seen in that iconic photograph from 1869. It was a day of festivities with prominent officials, special announcements, and a host of reenactors remembering a pivotal event in world history. But one thing marking this gala is the honoring of some real railroad heroes.
This anniversary is also important because we are finally giving those who did the bulk of the heavy labor their proper recognition. I'm proud that we have highlighted the contributions of the more than 15,000 Chinese laborers who, along with Irish workers, Mormon workers, Native Americans, and many others, built the Transcontinental Railroad.
My feeling about today's event is quite positive. It was said repeatedly of how important the workers were. And this was in contrast to previous celebrations that glorified and celebrated the companies. So much of a history, as we receive in our schools, is really about the generals, the presidents, and corporate executives and so forth. But the majority of people are not those type of people. Most of the people are like us, we're everyday people.
Right. According to Professor Gordon Chang, Chinese workers were at the time celebrated for their incredible labors. So why was their story erased from public memory?
Sadly, a counter-movement arose of hostility toward the Chinese. The passage of the Chinese Exclusion Act in 1882 took place and dramatically limited the number of Chinese who could come into the country, and more began to leave. So because of their decrease in population and the hostility toward them in the public, memory of them and their reputation just was pushed further and further to the margins.
I'm experiencing a little bit of deja vu. I suspect many here share that feeling because so many of us have seen the iconic pictures taken on this very day 150 years ago.
That photograph was staged. It was staged, hours, if not sometime later, after they had actually completed it.
Russell Lowe is a descendant of one of the rail workers who helped complete this very line. Research into his family history taught him what it really takes to achieve a momentous feat like the Golden Spike.
What do you think made your great-grandfather decide to do this?
Well, that's interesting. What is the spirit that makes somebody come to America? I think there's something very specific and distinct about the people who get on the boat.
Sure.
The person who's the immigrant is bold. Yeah. Those guys look the unknown and hardship in the face and they say, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get on that boat or that plane and I'm going to make the trip. That spirit is uniquely American. Yeah. It's part of what makes us this country that we are.
Well, I have quite a bit of Irish descent.
Oh, yeah.
So I would imagine they would have probably been several of them working alongside the Chinese immigrants.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
Yeah. Maybe not doing as good a job. I hear there's some stories about
We have some stories we want to get into it. America's better because we're the descendants of the ones who had that courage. And I think these were incredibly bold young men who changed the face of our nation. They built something that really united our country permanently. We were one nation for the very first time, and it was because of what they did.
This video is inspired by our PBS series, Reconnecting Roots. Visit reconnectingroots.com to watch the full episodes or to check out our music and podcast. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe so we can keep making more. Thanks for watching.